Hello, Youth City, Salt Lake City's after school and summer program. This is Liz Rich coming to you with another installment of Youth City News. I am reporting today from the Youth City headquarters in downtown Salt Lake City. Today's installment, February 9th, 2023, and here are our top stories. The first one is a provocative, thoughtful question. Superheroes, who are they? Who are they really? The second question or topic we're going to talk about is what is social justice? And what is a social justice superhero? Our final news report for this afternoon will be, where do they live? Where do they live? On to our top story. I have a thought-provoking question for each of you. I'd like you to read the screen and turn to your neighbor right now and ask the question to your partner, what is a superhero? I'll give you a few minutes to discuss. And go. Here is a picture of some superheroes that you may recognize. What do you see in these photos? Please describe a superhero to your neighbor. I'll give you a few more minutes. Maybe you're going to talk about their muscles. Maybe you're going to talk about what they do. Are they good? Are they evil? We don't know. I would like to invite you to think about, what does it mean to be a superhero? Moving on. What is a superhero? That's the biggest question. Second question of our news discussion today is, what is social justice? Now, I have heard through other news reporting services that Youth City kids throughout the city are studying a topic of social justice and have for many weeks. It appears to me that you are talking about human rights, civil rights, educational rights, food access and labor unions, LGBTQAI+ rights, disability rights, and environmental rights. These are not small topics, particularly for elementary school students. I'm wondering, if I were to ask you a question about what is social justice, who in the room could answer? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Anyone here? Well, I don't have the power to call on you, but I'm sure you know in your heart and in your head what social justice is, or you are learning about it. These are critical tasks and critical topics for all humans to understand as we want to be good people in our community. Moving on, what if we were to combine these two topics? What is a social justice superhero? Perhaps you're thinking about all the people you've been learning about, Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Harvey Milk, and so many others who have been recognized as social justice superheroes. But by definition, here is what a social justice superhero does. They advocate for the underserved and underrepresented. That means they root for the small guys who need extra support. Social justice superheroes are courageous champions of change. Anyone that you've been studying has done really hard and big work to make the world better and to change their community. Social justice superheroes fight for equity, equality, empathy, and education, because we all know those things are critical for a safe and healthy community. Social justice superheroes elevate or move or make bigger critical issues through diplomatic conversations and peaceful protests. Many of you have read or listened to the I Have a Dream speech. Many of you have seen social justice superheroes protesting for their causes. Maybe they're making signs, they're giving speeches, they're writing books. This is the way we share information, and we want to do it in a diplomatic and peaceful way. Social justice superheroes defend democracy and demand justice for all, not just the people who look like them or talk like them or have the same talents or interests, but social justice superheroes want the world to be better for everyone. Social justice superheroes support and sacrifice for all members of the global community. You can't say you can't play if you want to be a social justice superhero. These are the people who are caring for all people in our community, and you are learning quite a bit about them. Social justice superheroes make significant efforts to promote basic human rights, civil rights, educational rights, LGBTQAI+ rights, disability rights, environmental rights, labor unions, and food justice. These are the people who are changing the world that you live in and the world that your children will have to enjoy. Perhaps you can recognize some of the social justice superheroes here on the screen. Maybe you have read a book about them or watched a movie. Maybe you haven't yet, but you will in the next couple weeks. These are the social justice superheroes that we are studying this year at Youth City. My question is, what's a Salt Lake City social justice superhero? Where do they live? Now, we've been reading about, learning about, and talking about people that we'll probably never meet. They're superheroes on more of a national or global scale. But I want to see and ask a question to you. Do you think any of these superheroes might actually live in Salt Lake City? Are there any people who demonstrate social justice superhero strength right here in your city? I wonder if that's true. A Salt Lake City social justice superhero is someone who lives in our community and advocates for social justice issues right here in your neighborhood, in your community. Now, I wonder if any of you have ever been to this beautiful building right here. It kind of looks like a castle, but it's called the Salt Lake City City and County Building. And you can see down here, the picture below, this is what our city looks like and our community looks like. But what does our community feel like? What does our community need? Who makes our community better? These are the big questions. Whoa. I'm just getting an exciting news report. Wait, whoa. My correspondents from across town have told me that they need to interrupt this news broadcast to share with me some very important information. What? I'm sorry? You mean there's been a sighting of Salt Lake City social justice superheroes? Well, your timing is impeccable. Let me see if I can make some pictures happen here. Oh, I see. So the pictures on the screen are real life people who live and work in our community who are making a difference, who are advocating for social justice issues like civil rights, disability rights, food and hunger, access to education, LGBTQAI+. Oh, so what you're telling me is, okay, I'll call you later. Okay, friends, my correspondent across town, as you know, just shared with me some very insightful information. There are social justice superheroes right here in our community. As you can see on the screen, here are real people that you're going to be learning about who live in our community. Perhaps they went to the same school you go to. They probably go to the same grocery store. They probably visit the same parks. There are social justice superheroes everywhere in our community. And we're going to start learning about them for the rest of the next several weeks. So stay tuned, keep your eyes peeled, because it's time for you to be on the lookout. I want you to start looking for people in our community who you think are making a difference. Those who are advocating for the underserved, those who are champions of change, those who stand up and say, oh no, not today, those who make sure there is enough for everyone at the table. These are the people who are making our city better. And I want you to start looking for them in your path. All right, as we conclude our news broadcast, I wanted to follow up with you on a new tidbit I introduced last week, the Youth City Riddle of the Week contest. Now, I heard from many of you, and I'm very excited to announce the winners. First of all, I will review the riddle for last week. It goes like this. If you drop a yellow hat into the Red Sea, what does it become? There's a yellow hat. There's a picture of the Red Sea. My friends, many valiant and brilliant suggestions, but truly one winner. One team put forward the correct answer. Wet. The hat simply becomes a wet yellow hat. The hat becomes wet. I want to congratulate Wade, Eli, and Connor from Ottinger Hall for cracking this riddle and sending the correct answer first. Tomorrow or Friday, the Slurpee of your choice will be delivered to Ottinger Hall. Congratulations, Wade, Eli, and Connor. May your critical thinking skills continue. Are you ready, Youth City, for the next riddle of the week? Here we go. I'm as light as a feather, yet the strongest person can't hold me for 5 minutes. What am I? I'm as light as a feather, but the strongest person cannot hold me for even 5 minutes. What am I? Now, the rules are going to change a little bit this week. Here we go. I want you to work as a team, as a site. You will come up with one answer as a site. You're going to be given time to figure this out. this riddle out, your YCLC will report your site's answer to me today by 5 o'clock. You're going to work as a team. Your YCLC will help you decide and wrangle one answer. And then the first team to report the correct answer will win a prize for the entire site to share sometime next week. Are you ready? I believe you can do it. I'm as light as a feather, yet the strongest person just can't hold me for 5 minutes, not even a social justice superhero. Friends, thanks for watching. This concludes the next installment of Youth City News. And I hope you are good citizens. I hope you are good friends, and I hope you pay attention and listen to your staff and leaders. Thank you so much. This is Liz Rich signing off, and goodbye.